is one of the most haunting mysteries in modern aviation history. A tale of intrigue, technology and heartbreak that remains unsolved. On a warm and calm night on March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 prepared for takeoff at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. The Boeing 777-200ER was set to make a routine flight to Beijing, China, carrying 239 souls, 227 passengers and 12 crew members from a range of backgrounds and countries. Families eagerly awaited reunions, travelers settled in for the night, and the crew prepared for the flight with usual care. At precisely 12:41 a.m. local time, MH370 lifted off into the darkness, ascending smoothly as it reached a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. The skies were clear, the journey was on course, and Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah, along with First Officer Fariq Abdul Hamid, guided the plane into what should have been an uneventful journey. Just 38 minutes after takeoff, MH370 made its last radio communication. "Good night, Malaysian 370, said one of the pilots as the aircraft passed from Malaysian air traffic control to Vietnamese airspace. But minutes later, something strange happened. The plane disappeared from radar. Around 1:22 a.m., without any distress signal or warning, MH370's transponder stopped responding. It vanished from radar, leaving only confusion behind. Vietnamese controllers tried to contact the plane but received nothing but silence. Initial thoughts were of technical failure or some communication error, and an alert went out, prompting a search. But as the hours stretched on, a far more mysterious situation unfolded. Military radar picked up the faint trail of MH370, but it was not heading north toward Beijing. The radar showed the plane taking a sudden left turn, deviating entirely from its flight path as it moved southwest back over the Malay Peninsula. It flew west, then took a sweeping southward turn over the Andaman Sea. Then, somewhere over the Indian Ocean, it vanished from military radar as well, gone without a trace. What could make a massive passenger jet suddenly go dark and veer off course? An international search team began looking for flight MH370, involving 26 countries and one of the largest searches in history. Ships, planes and satellites combed an area spanning millions of square kilometers in the Indian Ocean. But despite all efforts, the plane was elusive. Weeks passed, then months. Investigators searched satellite data and a critical clue emerged: pings. The plane had continued to handshake with a satellite, sending out automated pings every hour for nearly 7 hours after it disappeared. By analyzing these pings, experts deduced a possible flight path, estimating the plane's final moments somewhere in the remote southern Indian Ocean, west of Perth, Australia. The Indian Ocean is vast and unforgiving, and this area was a graveyard of waves and treacherous depths. Search crews faced daunting conditions, battling rough seas, unpredictable weather, and immense depths, which made recovery of any wreckage nearly impossible. As years passed, the world grasped for answers. Some believed a technical malfunction or a catastrophic failure doomed the flight. But Boeing 777s have an exceptional safety record, and the sudden silence pointed to something more. One theory suggested a fire or other incident could have incapacitated the crew, leaving the plane on autopilot until fuel ran out. Another posited a hijacking, either by someone on board or an unknown outsider, as a reason for the plane's drastic course change. However, no terrorist groups claimed responsibility, and no known demands were made. Perhaps the most controversial theory involved Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah himself. Some wondered if he might have orchestrated the disappearance in a planned murder-suicide. Investigators reviewed his home flight simulator, which had a flight path resembling the suspected route over the Indian Ocean. Some saw this as a clue, others dismissed it as circumstantial. To this day, no conclusive evidence supports any one theory, leaving room for speculation. Then, in July 2015, hope flickered. A piece of debris washed up on the shore of Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean. It was identified as part of a Boeing 777's wing called a flaperon and was confirmed to be from MH370. This discovery ignited a renewed search, and over the years more fragments washed ashore on islands scattered across the Western Indian Ocean. But no definitive answers emerged about the plane's fate, as these fragments provided only limited information. The final moments of MH370 remain a black hole in aviation history. Without the plane's black boxes or main wreckage, much of what happened remains unknown. Today, the disappearance of flight MH370 is an unfinished chapter, a story that may never find its final page. It reminds us that even in an age of rapid progress, there are some mysteries that slip through our fingers, leaving only questions, whispers, and a somber legacy for those who still wait for answers.